I never imagined that one ordinary evening could completely upend my life. What began as a simple dinner and a movie with my stepson turned into something I never expected. There was a strange restlessness in him that unsettled me on before I realized it. I felt that same ache rising quietly inside myself. In one terrible, hushed moment, I understood that some boundaries, once crossed, can never be repaired. Welcome to Family Secrets Exposed. If this is your first time here, please subscribe and hit like. Your support helps us keep sharing real stories like this. Now, let me tell you what really happened. My name is Eleanor. That summer, our house felt like a waiting room, quiet, airless, and heavy with something unspoken. George, my husband, was always traveling for work. The late night calls, the hotel stays, the same tired excuses. Our marriage had shrunk down to logistics, bills, schedules, polite updates. The silence had become my closest companion. Then Liam arrived. He wasn't a stranger, he was George's son from a previous marriage. 21, polite, a little lost, and trying to figure out his next step in life. He came to stay with us for a few weeks while planning college and job options. At first, it was easy late night snacks, shared laughter over old films, morning jogs. Nothing about it screamed danger. Not until it did. One evening, George called to say he'd be away for a few more days. I poured myself a glass of wine and settled on the couch. Moments later, Liam padded in wearing sweats, his hair still damp from the shower. He sat across from me, quieter than usual. There was a new intensity in his gaze, something I couldn't quite name. "You look lonely," he said softly. I laughed it off, pretending I was just tired. But his eyes didn't move away. I realized he'd been noticing things: the music I played, the books I read, the scent of my perfume. What once felt like harmless attention had hardened into something sharper, something I wasn't prepared for. Then he said the words that froze me in place. "I don't think George deserves you." My heart stopped. I told him to stop. And yet, a part of me didn't want him to. The part that had been starved for affection, for being seen. That night, we talked until dawn. The conversation shifted into confession: his fears of never belonging, his resentment toward his father, my loneliness, my quiet grief for the woman I used to be. Walls fell between us, and in their place came something fragile and dangerous. When he reached for my hand, I didn't pull away. When he whispered my name, my resolve faltered. And when he kissed me, I didn't stop him. It was wrong. Every instinct screamed it, but in that moment, nothing else mattered. The night felt both electric and doomed. Morning light brought the truth back with a crushing weight. Guilt flooded every room, replacing the warmth of the night before. I tried to put distance between us, convincing myself it was a single lapse. But Liam kept coming closer. Small touches in the kitchen. Notes slipped into my palm, glances that burned longer than they should have. His hunger frightened me, mostly because it reflected my own. He asked one day, voice trembling, "Don't you feel alive with me?" And I did. Not the quiet, predictable love I had married into, but something raw, desperate, and dangerous. It wasn't love, not really, more a temporary rescue from years of emptiness. Looking back, I see how each stolen glance, each whispered confession, was a thread pulling apart the life I thought was steady. But secrets never stay hidden. Every compromise, every rationalized choice leaves a trail. One day, maybe the truth will come out. Maybe I'll have to face what we did, the pain, the fallout, the wreckage. For now, the weight of that night lives inside me, a memory I can't undo. He still wanted more. So did I. And in those hours, for reasons I still can't explain, nothing else mattered.